My Lords, I rise to find myself slightly unexpectedly being, I think, the first person to have spoken to Amendment 40 in the name of the Noble Lord Watson of Invergowrie, also signed by the Noble Lord Story and myself. Amendment 45A has calls for a review to look at the issues around a restriction on not allowing people to study at a level below that they already acquire. 40 goes further in removing restrictions. Now, I would have thought, actually, considering about the potential government position here, I would have thought it would be a natural Conservative position for belief that the person best placed to decide their best course of study, their best course for the future, would actually be the individual concerned rather than the state. This is a question of individual choice about people knowing best their own situation. So whilst I would very much support 45A, which at least calls for a review, I'd go back to the more fundamental change that's contained in Amendment 40. I do also particularly want to speak in favour of Amendment 36 in the name of the Noble Lord Story. The fact is that education is a public good. We hear a lot of talk about investment and investment for levelling up. Well, investment in people is the most fundamental investment of all. It's flexible. It enables people, again, to make choices for themselves. You know, a new improved railway line or better school facilities are there and accessible to people, but people making their own choices is what investment in education is all about. And I do also just very briefly want to speak in favour of the Amendment 48, which the Noble Lady Baroness Sherlock hasn't yet addressed. So I'll leave her to fully explain this, but I think it is worth stressing that what doesn't get measured and focused on doesn't get funded, doesn't get supported, and I think that's really the principle behind that amendment.